Here with my September reading wrap up, I read 6 books last month. My last read for the month of August was The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow, so I started out September with a reread of Success of the Saint. It's one of my favorite short stories, and it's my third time rereading it. Both stories follow a lady knight as she uncovers the truth behind her power and the power of the regime that she fights for. One is inspired by the other, but I highly recommend both. Then I read Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, and between this and The Elements of Cadence duology, I'm not quite sure which one is my favorite, but this takes place in the same world as the Enchanted Letters duology with Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. This takes place thousands of years before and kind of sets up the pantheon that we learn about in that duology. Even though I haven't read Ruthless Vows just yet, I'm kind of glad that I read this first. I have a little bit of insight as to the characters that are making things happen behind the scenes. This follows Matilda. She's a goddess and the herald of 3 realms as she tries to make peace amongst them and possibly find love. Then I read Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis. This is inspired by Twilight and the Vampire Diaries, but imagine if the vampires were a bit more diverse and if Bonnie Bennett had justice. This is YA and takes place on a college campus. It follows Mirabella as she uncovers the truth of her town's past and the disappearance of her mother. Then I read The Sleepless by Jen Williams, and this was such a refreshing and unique world. This is a YA. It takes place in a world where there's a pantheon of gods and the makings of a very interesting love triangle between a monk, a mage, and the daughter of the Serpent Queen. In about one sitting, I devoured Daedalus is Dead by Seamus Sullivan. This is beautiful writing. This follows Daedalus, the father of Icarus, as he comes to terms with the loss of his son, as well as the impact that his inventions have had on the world. Then I finished out the month with Make Me a Monster by Callum Bayron. This one just came out last week. I've read a few of her books, and this one did not disappoint. Mika is a mortician's assistant to her funeral director parents, and she's always been very used to the dead and the things that happen after you pass away, dealing with family and their grief. But when grief strikes her personally, everything changes. Overall, I had a pretty good reading month. I didn't do nearly as much reading as I anticipated to do while on vacation, but I'll just make up for that in October. It's my birthday month, so I'm going to read what I want, when I want. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or if you're excited to get to them.